Oh, Monk, I gotta tell you, baby, you've been working at a frantic pace, and this Pop-Tart house might be the greatest thing to ever involve Pop-Tarts, Jolly Ranchers, and Oreo cookies. And a cute little monkey. But I need you to take a break, baby. You're getting stuff everywhere, and we're gonna take some time to talk about Pop-Tarts, Jolly Rancher flavored varieties, and the new Oreo Firework cookie. It's going to be your breakfast and your snack all in one here at KMDT. And Monk, he's a monkey of 1,000 trades. What does it say? Master of many, monkey of few. He says, I'll build your house, but I won't be your monkey. Unless I'm not building your house, then I'll be your monkey. Anyways, forget it. On to the Pop-Tart, Jolly Rancher varieties, and the Oreo Firework cookies. And we're about to do this. Ooh. Pop-Tarts. They come in just about any variety you can think of. And over the years, there have been A&W and Crush flavored Pop-Tarts. I think in the beginning they weren't even frosted. They were just these brown, sort of pastry, doughy, fruity little amalgamations. And you go through time, and Pop-Tart is right up there with Twinkie, and Keebler's doing a good job now with their Fudge Shop cookies, but Oreo has a lot of varieties out, and as we speak they're developing a new flavor, but we have their latest and greatest. We'll get to that at the end of the video. It's allegedly going to be Fireworks. I don't know why I said it like that, because really it's like they're called Firework Oreos. Never mind, we'll focus on that later. But now, just to be like ludicrous, my shirt and my snack got to coordinate, so I'm going to have some very green, very delicious, to be determined, card subject to change, green apple frosted Pop-Tart Jolly Rancher variety. And as usual, you got your normal Pop-Tart nuttiness on the back. There's a picture day and a drone delivering a Pop-Tart. You always got to keep the box fun. These are predominantly loved by kids, but you know what? A lot of adults have held over the years, and I'd fit that description if I acted more like an adult. So, right down to it, I got some milk to cleanse my palate. Monk is a monkey savant. He's more of a Hugh monkey than a monkey. There was just a report out that chimps are reaching the Stone Age. They're as smart as we were when we were cavemen. Monk is the exception, not the rule. He is a genius of a monkey. Look at that house. You couldn't do that. Look at this guy. He made a panel roof out of Jolly Ranchers. He made little porthole windows and tire liners out of Oreo cookies. How? He's a monkey savant. Anyway, let's get down to it. And as you can see, well, as I can smell, and in 50 years when we have smell-o-vision and this has all been digitally remastered to smell like what I'm eating, these smell like stuff you'd put in your car, like a Febreze, but they're bright green, and they do smell like what you would expect an apple to smell like. Will they taste that way? Let's find out. Now, I'm expecting all these to be fairly tart since they're Jolly Rancher flavored. This does taste like a green apple. And like in our Dunkin' Donuts latte video, I'm surprised right off the bat by how much this one tastes fine and not some mutated version of a green apple. It does taste like a green apple. Would I want to eat it for breakfast every single day? Probably not, but truth in advertising, it meets the standard without having some grotesque overly, like, you eat a lot of candies like that are great, but you eat a lot of candies that are like raspberry and they're over the top amalgamations of what you would think they taste like. Just doesn't quite meet that, but not bad, Pop-Tart. You're off to a good start with your Jolly Rancher flavor. Now, the king of the mutated, awful version of itself is also going to kind of match my shirt, but I remember as a kid I wasn't allowed to chew watermelon gum because my mother said it smells nothing like a watermelon and it doesn't taste like a watermelon. Number 2 on the Jolly Rancher Pop-Tart chart, watermelon. And we'll get into this and see if it's over the top or if it's just right. And again, we're not looking for everyday eatings. Will the Jolly Rancher Pop-Tart be around in 5 years? If I had to hedge my bets, I'd say I'd put it at a low probability. Maybe these are going to take off. Maybe these are going to be America's new favorite Pop-Tarts. But let's again look for the tang and look for the overall eatability and the everyday scale, as in would we like to eat this every day? Oh, I forgot I got my palate cleanser. Nom, nom, nom. Monk was going to put a milk fountain on this, but he was worried it was going to be like my nephew at the Golden Corral, that people were just going to come up and be dunking cookies in it all day. And he said, "No mas!" He's a very particular artist. He's down and dirty, and he's got his #1 working tool, which is a spatula. But it's so darn cute. Anyways, this is more of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle green than a bright green. That last one was kind of along the same vein. It just looks like it's a shade lighter. Like maybe they doubled up the food coloring in this one. But it has that actual melon color across, you know, red on the inside, green on the outside. Let's see how it tastes. There's a definite tang factor. It's surprisingly melony, in so much it tastes like a cantaloupe. It doesn't really taste like watermelon, it tastes like a cantaloupe. I for one rank cantaloupe pretty low on my melon scale. This isn't bad. It does have that tartness and that tang to it, but it doesn't last. It doesn't sit on your tongue. I ain't too keen on this one. It just sort of is. I would say I haven't had the third one yet. There are 3 varieties, but this is relatively bland, and it accentuates the cakey, crackery back, which is all right. I mean, with the exception of the chocolate ones, they all have this same base, but it doesn't really do much for me. They're watermelon. Now the last variety is one that is a Pop-Tart original, but it hasn't had that Jolly Rancher twist on it until today, and that is Jolly Rancher's Cherry Pop-Tart variety. And let's see what it's all about, because again, cherry can knock your socks off and be over the top. I like a lot of black cherry stuff, especially artificially flavored desserts and breakfast. But let's see. I mean, I wouldn't pick a cherry Pop-Tart over a strawberry or a brown sugar and cinnamon, but maybe this Pop-Tart Jolly Rancher variety is going to win me over on the grand pantheon of cherry Pop-Tarts. Monk, I'll get you some chocolate milk after this. He says he likes his milk like he likes his fur. Sweet and dark. Okay, oh wow. Kapow! That's like a Kool-Aid flavored, or a Kool-Aid colored flavored frosting to my looking. But taking a sniff, it almost smells like a community pool. I don't know why. It just has an aromatic smell that gets into your nose, and just that smell memory pulls up that special time of the year where you go to the pool and you run, and they tell you not to run or horseplay, which is a lot like my third marriage. But anyways, let's see how I gotta sort of measure where I want to take this bite. Now, if you eat actual cherries in your day-to-day life, you'll say, that's probably going to be maybe the sour green apple, but that would probably be the tartest one. And not the tartest one, Doctor Who fans, but There's like a 0 tang factor on this. It's more of a savory cherry, in so much as it's not over the top sweet, it's not over the top tart. It just mixes up good with the doughy part and the innard, which is again that same sort of Kool-Aid red. It just all blends together, and the mouth taste is like almost like if you had cherry oatmeal. Not saying that it's bad, but it's not exactly what I was thinking, and it didn't quite win me over more than an ordinary cherry Pop-Tart. I mean, again, it's not better than an ordinary cherry Pop-Tart. So it's not outstanding like this little Pop-Tart house. That is outstanding. This is quite run-of-the-mill. So we do have our Firework Oreo, but to rank, I'd probably go what? I'm not saying necessarily I like it better, but it's more of a flavor experience. So watermelon's better than cherry. Cherry's in third place. Watermelon's in second. And sour green apple takes the cake, or the Pop-Tart, if you will. So moving right along. Oreo regularly rolls out one special flavor at a time, unless they do your choose your flavor thing where they get a lot of good submissions. And that's why you'll see spatterings of Oreos more in different videos. We did have our Oreo improvements where there were actually 3 newer Oreos out all at once. But this is released more from Memorial Day, probably through the 4th of July, I would figure, or the entire summer, as it is based upon fireworks. And the big selling point on these limited edition Oreos is that they have popping candy that's just like gelatinous flavored snack, which is Jell-O, or a tissue, which is a Kleenex. I don't know. There's all this confusion in between. But basically, it's an Oreo with Pop Rocks in it. And while we're popping with our tarts, we figured we'd pop with our rocks and see exactly how we feel about the new Firework Oreo. Now, the bag seems a little smaller. It doesn't, and it's definitely a little smaller. As you can see, that's about how big it is, and it's usually about that big. I don't know why they want to give us less of these, but they are. And I gotta tell you, Oreo, that may be a good thing or a bad thing. If you made a great cookie, I'm gonna be very disappointed. If you made a so-so cookie, I'm gonna say good. That's less we have to throw at the seagulls, not at the pier. And you know, I don't always do this unless I'm eating Oreos, but I can't have just Oreo. I need the quad Oreo. Oh yeah, monkey baby. There's some more remnants for your little house. Oh look, you got a satellite dish. Oh look, you got another smaller satellite. Never mind. Don't push it, Monk. You're the Picasso of Pop-Tart houses. Alright, we're gonna have to like put some sealant on that or something, or like some bears, so it doesn't go stale and fall apart. We gotta keep this forever in our hearts and in this video. Alright. So now that there's a proper seal and there's a proper quad Oreo, let's see if we feel the popping, the rocking, and the fireworks from the new Firework Oreo. I can hear it. I can feel it. It's not overwhelming, and I think that's because a lot of the times when we eat Pop Rocks, we just rip them and dump half the package in our mouth. This is like a nice little effervescent sort of deal, like if you had an Alka-Seltzer, or if your grandma put her teeth back in too soon and they had one of those tablets on them, and she was just chomping away and you heard her popping and rocking. It's worth a try. It doesn't taste too much different than a regular Oreo. As you can see on the package, the Pop Rocks look fruity. They're red and blue with the white cream, but they don't have a discernible taste, but they pop. So, you know, it's worth trying out. It's just like the Easter Oreos we had that were like Peeps, and the big difference was that they had granulated sugar in the cream. So in here was all pink with granulated sugar, and in here now it's all fancy dancy Pop Rocks. But I would say this was time well spent, and I would say that the highlight of this video was this beautiful little monkey Pop-Tart Jolly Rancher Oreo house. Good job, Monk. Every day you surprise me with something new and wonderful. You truly are an amazing monkey. He's a human monkey. I thought I was rescuing him, but he rescued me. If you want to see Monk every day on social media, you can go to @KenMurphDoThis on Twitter or Instagram. Facebook, KenMurphDoThis. Share this video. Get this little monkey house out there to the world, and maybe we'll have Monk build you one. Oh, he's going into demo mode. We'll have him make you a little monkey house, and we'll mail it to you. And we'll have to put it in a bunch of overwrap and a bunch of the packing peanuts and some of that foam stuff that you can't use without popping, because they have to stay nice and together. But yes, share the video, like it, subscribe, tell your friends. And we are moving right along. Father's Day coming up shortly. Between now and then, there may be a random Snacks of Kindness or a Candy Delight coming up your way. So until that time, we have to get our toaster back from the pawn shop. They only gave us $3 for it. I don't know why, it only cost us $2. Shh, don't tell Ishtar. Anyways, till next time, he's Monk, I'm Murph, and we'll see you next time we do this. But you did that. Oh, you're such a smart little guy.